Good evening and welcome back to the War Room, where I continue my unboxing of the GM Boardgames, GM Boardgames 6mm miniatures. And I've already painted up the infantry that I unboxed the other day, and I have to say I really like them. I can't zoom in too close because of my painting skills and because of the zoom on my camera isn't all that great, but hopefully it shows that I got a little detail in there, and I thought they painted up very easily, very well, and I like the figures a lot. I like the fact especially that the infantry has a well-proportioned rifle. It doesn't look like the figure is holding a 2x6. It looks proportional to the figure, and the figures do not look large and clumpy. They look, I think, very good, and somebody that's a much better painter than I am could get a lot better detail in there. But I thought they came out great myself, and so I wanted to finish the unboxing I started so that I can, among other things, start painting up more of them. So let's see what we got here. This is the Union Parrot Guns, and we'll take a look at these. And they look pretty good in the bag, and the detail, yeah, wow, on these figures is as good as the detail on the other figures. See if I can get that in camera where you can see it. But the detail is very nice. The flashing is minimal. The cannons look good with very little flashing, and I don't see a lot of distortion or anything in the wheels, and the cannon barrels, yeah, it all looks good. Yeah, it looks great. So we'll put those back in the bag, and let's see what else we got here. But yeah, the stuff looks nicely proportioned. Okay, we've also got Cavalry Brigade. Let's see how these look. Cav isn't one of my favorite things in the world to paint up because they seem to take forever. One thing I really like about 6mm so far is that they paint up very quick. Now these look good too. A lot of good detail on them, and the figures are nice and clean, and it should be, yeah, there's a little bit of flashing to trim, but not much. So they should be quick and easy to paint too. I really like the fact that I painted up 24 figures in hardly any time at all, and though I didn't put a huge amount of detail on them, I'm going to wash them and add a flag tonight and then work on basing them, and we'll see how they come out in the end, but I'm really happy with them so far. We've got the Union Patrols package, and that comes with flags, I guess, so you can number your patrols for playing the game, which I've learned is actually a game that the rules are written, but they're not out yet, and that they should be out late this year, hopefully, if not too many delays because of COVID and so forth. But the game is called Gods of War, Robert E. Lee, and hopefully that'll be out soon. I look forward to reviewing that when it does come out. So that was included here with the Union Patrols, and now they included the bases, which are round with these figures, which is nice, because I don't have any round bases. I do have some bases. I'm gonna base these up for the Polemus, I think it's called, set of rules done by Bacchus, but that's not the rule set I'm going to use. I'm going to use either the rule set The Devil to Pay, which I've had for a while and is mostly for 15 mil, or maybe Altar of Freedom, but I'll talk a little bit about that later on. So again, these figures look good, plenty of detail. Hopefully I can get some of that in there, and my shaky hands will allow me to do them justice. But again, I think very nicely proportioned and very well done, with very little flashing or sprue to trim off, it looks like. What else we got here? Oh yeah, that's the Union Brigade we already did. And here we've got the dismounted cav with some horse holders, and looks like figures standing firing, and a flag bearer, of course, and a couple of horses for the horse holders. Oh, and what's that, a trumpeter? Looks like it. And so those will go on a separate, let me hold them up here, see if I can get them a little bit closer in there. Again, good proportion and good detail and minimal flashing. Uh-oh, we're losing soldiers everywhere here. They're escaping. Let's get these guys back in here. And hopefully, I didn't lose anybody. And what have we got here? Union Infantry and Skirmish Order. I've got to paint up a few of these to finish my basing of the ones I've got done already, which interestingly came with 4 drummers, but nobody in Skirmish Order. So here are the Skirmish Order figures. They've got a bit more flashing to support the guns, and I imagine the guns will be fairly fragile because they're more scale-like, I think, than anything I've seen. Although other than GHQ's 6mm modern and World War II figures, I haven't seen or done a lot of 6mm figures. Theirs had very small scale proportional guns as well, and they were pretty fragile. But these don't look too bad, and again, they're easy to paint and easy to get ready for painting. Last night I just glued them to a popsicle stick and then sprayed them with a little black primer, because I like black because of it lets you bring out the highlights and, well, and the details. Accentuates the highlights. So I pretty much paint everything black to start with. So here we've got the Union Generals, and let's see, we'll just take out a couple of them, so I don't want to lose them all over the place like I almost did with that last bag. And yeah, we've got General looking through his binoculars, and let's see, General on his horse with his hat in his hand. Yep, another one of those. So imagine there's probably a couple of each type of pose. No Stonewall Jackson with his hand raised up in the air to keep the humors in balance that I can see, but that may be in here. And lastly, the Napoleonic Gun. Let's see take a quick look and see how this looks. And yeah, you've got let's see, you've got 4 crew, one with the sponge, and and I can't tell if anybody else. Looks like one sighting off in the distance, and I can't tell what the other one's maybe pulling a lanyard, and the fourth guy is standing by. And yeah, nice little gun carriage, wheels, nicely proportioned gun. It should go together well and pretty easy. So we'll have to glue one of those up and maybe do a gun crew tonight. See how that comes out, or maybe some of the generals. So that's basically everything I ordered. Again, so far, really like the 6mm scale. And from a distance, you can't tell how bad my painting is, so I kind of like that. And I really like these figures. I also picked up a little information that they'll be doing some Western style Union figures in the near future, hopefully out this late fall, early winter, and that they'll be coming soon. And another thing is, those apparently the Western armies will be 3D printed resin, so that'll be interesting, and to see how those come out. And eventually I'll probably get some Confederate figures and try them, but I thought I'd start with the Union and see how that goes first. See if I can get all this painted before I dive in too deep, and then see if my Bacchus figures ever show up. Here's the rules that I've been using, the Devil to Pay, and I wasn't going to do a review on these tonight, but I just show them to you. I've played these at a convention and a couple of times here in the War Room, and the designer was Nathaniel St. John, the author was Pete Rice, and the editor was Andy Alley. I picked this up from them the first time I played it. I liked it so much, and they're simple, which I like, quick, easy to learn, easy to play. They're mostly for 15s and 28s, so I'm not sure how that would work with 6mm. And then I recently picked up Altar of Freedom by Greg Wagman, who is one of the Little Wars TV guys, and they've done a couple of games with these, and I like the looks of these, and I've started reading them. I don't have a real total grasp of them so far, but I like the general basic principles, and what I've read so far. I'm a little unclear on the idea of how the command and control works and bidding for who goes first, but I think if I read it a couple more times I'll probably get the hang of it. And but I like their rule set. They're short, simple, to the point, well laid out, have battles in the back, and you can pick up extra battles on their website as well, and it comes with all the information you need to play a scenario, the map layout, which is where I got the layout for the Gettysburg map I showed yesterday, and the information on the order of battle. And this is designed, as I say, pretty specifically for 6mm and brigade play rather than regimental level play. And so they have good illustrations, and they have little base stickers or foldovers that you'll put on the bases so you can keep track of who's who and their strength and somewhat their abilities, but who they belong to, their parent company, and so forth. And you can find out more from their website, www.6mmACW.com. That's where Greg Wagman has rules and extras and links for where you can pick them up for yourself. So they have a fair amount of support, which is always good with a rule set. And I'm not sure if they have that for the Devil to Pay, but there probably is support here, at least email, if not web page. And I'll do, as I say, Carpe Diem Games LLC, so they could probably be searched and found online that way. But I'll do a little more in-depth review of these later on. They have nice clear illustrations and tables as well. And again, fairly simple, short, to the point rules, which I kind of like. So that's where I'm at the moment. I've used different rules over the years: Johnny Reb, Stars and Bars. Oh, I forget some of the others I might still have around. I probably still have Stars and Bars somewhere. It's been a long time though since I used them. But again, great miniatures. Really like them. Looking forward to painting some more up. And we'll see how it goes, see how future releases come out. I'll be interested to see the GM Boardgames rules when they're released, and I'll do a review of those too when those come out. And I look forward to gaming this scenario for Gettysburg with one rule set or another. Hopefully I'll have it ready for the conventions, if there are any this winter or next summer. Hopefully Historicon maybe will be back on again. Until then, I hope you get some good gaming in, and have a good time. Remember, that's what it's really all about, playing. And have a good evening, and take care, and be well. And remember, no fighting in the war room. Good night.